So hi, you join us here on the Inner Farne Island, one of the Farne Islands just off the Northumbrian coast. We've had the pleasure of being here for 2 days. This is Gustav Kieberg and myself. We've been enjoying shooting all the wildlife, the bird life and the activities that are going on here. Gustav, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes, I love it. It's a great place. When you want to take shots of birds, it's a great place. Great puffins, gulls and that sort of things, and portrait puffins, flying puffins with sand eels in their beak. So it's a great place to be.
So what have you been shooting with here, Gustav? What lenses are you using?
I'm shooting with 300 2.8. It's a G lens from Sony, and the full frame from Sony, it's the Alpha 900. But I shoot also with the Alpha 55 and the 70-400. That's the main part of the main lenses that I use on this island.
So we've been here, as I say, a couple of days, and we've had all sorts of weather conditions. Very variable out here on the island. And of course the wind direction changes, and sometimes good weather, sometimes cloudy. Tell us some techniques that you've been using for the puffins, say portraits that you've been shooting. We can look at a few of those as Gustav is talking.
Portrait shooting of puffins is very important that you have the light in your back. So you must have the light with you. You must look what is behind the puffin. So you have a lot of rocks, nice rocks, but you have also a lot of green. So it's important that you look for for a good background. It's very important. You have all your time you need here. You have a lot of hours to have fun. So you must first look your background, because you have, if it's possible to have a good background, yeah, then the picture are better then.
There's a couple of walkways around the island where you have to stay within the ropes. You're not allowed to wander freely because you'll harm the animals or step on the eggs or the baby chicks and what have you. But there's some really good advantage points where you can shoot from. There's cliffs on one side, and then there's a shallow fall away into the sea on the other side. And the light changes as the day passes through. You get the light around different viewpoints of the island. One of the things we found most difficult was actually trying to get the puffins in flight. Tell us, Gustav, what you found with that.
The best thing you can do is your autofocus point wide. So the camera chooses its own point in the sky. So that's better. So don't do it on the central autofocus point, because it's very difficult then. Then you can also, if you have the 300G lens or you use the 70-400, you can have a switch point on your lens that you can say full or
reduced range. Between infinity and 6.4 meters.
If you use reduced range, the lens is faster. So I use that always.
The problem is that you can't be guaranteed you're always going to keep the puffin in flight in the same field area. So as the autofocus is trying to track the subject, it's moving point to point to point. If it loses it, all you've got behind it is clear blue sky, and the autofocus goes through its range to infinity and back to close again, and before you know it, you can't see anything. If you try and restrict the range between infinity and 6.4 meters, it's unlikely that the puffin's going to come closer than that. It speeds up your autofocus, because when it does get lost, it recovers it more quickly. So it gets back to finding the subject again more precisely and quicker. Tell us about some of the other birds that you've been photographing. It's not all about the puffins, is it?
No, it's not all about the puffins. There are also cormorants, nice cormorants. They have nice green eyes. So if you have the light in your back, the eyes are very separated from nature.
That's right. And
you have also very nice gulls. They are always flying, so you have a lot of fun with shooting. You can practice with. It's a nice bird to practice your skills in shooting birds in flight.
If you're a National Trust member, or you're in the Northumbria area, or you want to take a trip up to this beautiful part of the country, there's lots to see and do. If you're a National Trust member, you get onto the island for free. You need to travel across with Billy Shank's ferry from Sea Houses town. It's very easy to do. great boat trip, really enjoyable day. We've thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, so I'd recommend it to you. Come over here and get shooting with your Alpha cameras. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.